like me, you probably don't wear your glasses as much as you should. Sometimes it's just because you can't find them. So we're gonna solve that problem today. If you stick around and watch this video, I'm gonna show you how to make an eyeglass holder that is beautiful and functional. This is also one of the projects in our April of 2024 kit subscription box. So if you subscribe to that, don't even worry about buying the materials because you're going to get them in the kit box. So stick around, we'll show you how to make this, and a full list of anything you're going to need for this is down in the description below. For this project, you're going to need 4 different colors of tubelets, a round duo, and some 8-0 seed beads. We're also going to need these ends for our eyeglass holders, and we'll attach to this instead of a clasp. So just like making a necklace, but we're going to add these to the ends instead of a clasp. I'm going to get started here by picking up one of my 8-0 seed beads and letting it fall down to close to the end of my thread. And I'm going to go back through that 8-0 to make that my stop bead. I don't need much thread. I don't need much of a tail thread here because I'm just going to use this to tie a knot. And the length of your thread, you want to be about twice the length of the overall piece that you want, plus a few inches, plus about, I would say about 8 inches or so to allow yourself for that tail thread and to give yourself a little bit of slack so you're not cutting yourself too short. So once we've got that one 8-0 on, I'm going to pick up another 7. So I've got a total of 8 of my 8-0 seed beads. And then I'm going to pick up my eyeglass end here because I want the seed beads here to sit in the in this loop here, in this loop of the eyeglass holder. Pick up a round duo. And then go back through the round duo. They're going through the second or that open hole of the round duo that we haven't used yet. And now what we're going to do is go through all of these 8-0 seed beads, starting with that first bead that we picked up, which was our stop bead. And you can see now my eyeglass holder is going to sit in that little loop of seed beads. So continue here, go through all the seed beads and go through that round duo again and through the second hole of the round duo. And now you should be next to your tail thread. So at this point, I'm going to make a little knot. I'm going to do left over right, right over left. And continue on through my seed beads one more time until I go through all my seed beads and come out through the round duo. I'm also using a thicker thread. I'm using a size 8. I want this project to be pretty heavy duty. I don't need a thin thread for this. I can use something a little bit heavier. So anytime I can use something heavier, I will. You're also going to need it to be a little sturdier because you're going to have glasses hanging from it. You'll be moving it a lot. So anytime you have the opportunity to use a thicker thread, I definitely would do that. So here's the first little bit here where all we did was just attach our eyeglass holder. We're now going to start on making the whole length of the piece. And this is actually going to be a pretty simple process. We're going to do a lot of basic stringing here, but then we're going to come back and kind of do a little twist on basic beading or basic stringing. I'm going to start here now coming out of my round duo, and I'm going to pick up a pattern of beads. I'm picking up 3 8-0s, and then I'm going to start with whatever color tublet you want. I'm going to start with the gold here. Move these guys out of the way here. And pick up another 3 8/0s. And then another round duo. And it's always good on any check glass bead, if you're not going through the second hole right away, just to kind of give it a little look and just make sure that the second hole of that bead is unclogged. You can often use a reamer and just get out anything if there's a little bit of glass in there, or sometimes the coating gets a little bit in there. So it's easy to just kind of ream that out or use your needle to push it out. But if you have a hole that's clogged and you can't use that, you want to make sure that you identify that right away instead of going through your whole project and then finding that at the very beginning of your project you have a bead that you can't use. Always disappointing. So you want to make sure that you check that right away. You're going to pick up another 3 8/0 seed beads. And then we're going to pick up the next color of tublet and another 3 8/0 seed beads. And this is essentially the pattern that I'm going to do the entire length of the piece. A round duo, 3 seed beads, a tublet, 3 seed beads, and then another round duo. And then again, 3 8/0 seed beads, a tublet in the next color, and then 3 8/0 seed beads. And I'm going to keep doing this pattern until I get to the length that I want. And I'm just going to keep picking up my tubelets here in the color that I have them laid out. So you can really use any combination of colors, any number of colors, but I put them out in this order so that it was easy for me to make sure that I'm using the same amount of each color. So I'm going to continue here until I get to the length that I need. And I'm going to go to the other end here and attach my other glass holder on the other side. And then I'm going to start working up the other way. So once you get to the length that you need, we'll go ahead and attach this next eyeglass holder. I've now made my project the length that I need it to fit comfortably over my head and to hold my glasses where I want them. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach the second end here, and I'm going to do that just the same way that I did on the first one. Coming out of my last round duo, I'm going to pick up 8 of my 8/0 seed beads and then pick up my eyeglass holder here, just through one of those loops, and go back through my round duo. And again here, I'm going to go through the round duo on the other side, so go through that other hole and through all the 8/0 seed beads. You want to also make sure that as you're doing this, you don't have any slack in your thread. You don't want it to be super, super tight because you're going to come back here and add some more beads on the other side. So you don't want it to be so tight that it's inflexible, but you just want to be able to have it tight enough that it's not, you don't see thread showing, so it doesn't have any real slack in it. I'm going here through all those 8/0 seed beads and then back up through the round duo. And if you feel that you need to go through again, of course, you can always go back through these 8/0s again. 2 times should be strong enough, especially if you are using a thicker thread. So now I'm ready to come back on the other side here and add beads connecting the open hole of those round duos that I have. And I'm going to follow a similar pattern, but with just a little bit of a twist. Coming out of the round duo here, I'm going to pick up 1 8/0 seed bead and then go through the second or the center seed bead in the set of 3 seed beads. Then I'm going to pick up an 8/0, and then next to my gold tublet here, I'm going to pick up another color and then another 8/0 seed bead. This is, of course, just a color preference for me. I like to have the 2 different ones sitting next to each other, the 2 different colors, but you can, of course, pick up the same color. The colors really, of course, depend on what you want it to look like. So I've got my 8/0, my tublet, and my 8/0. And then I'm going to skip an 8/0 and go through the center 8/0 in that group of 3. I'm going to pick up an 8-0 and go through the open hole of the round duo. So you can see that when I do that and I pull that tight, I've got a nice little X of 8-0s, 2 tubelets sitting next to each other, another little X of 8-0 seed beads, and then my round duo. And I'm just going to repeat this simple little pattern all the way up. So picking up an 8-0 and skipping one and going through that center, picking up an 8-0, a contrasting color of tublet, another 8-0, and then going through that center 8-0. One more 8-0, and then through the round duo. And so you can see here now, as I continue on, what the whole piece will look like. I'll have a couple, I'll have a pair of tubelets in different colors and the round duo in between. So we're going to continue all the way back to the beginning, going through all of our round duos, and then we'll tie off our thread at the end. Here I have my completed piece. It's about 24 inches long, and you can see I have just, instead of a clasp, I have my 2 eyeglass band, my 2 eyeglass holders at the end here. So if you're not familiar with how to attach your eyeglasses, all you're going to do is take your eyeglasses here and take the other loop that's open on your band and slide it forward. Just slide it towards the front of your glasses. And this little metal tube, it looks like a little spring. You're going to just push that forward so that it tightens that loop around your glasses. And then if you push that forward, you can push it up to the front here, close your glasses, and it'll hang just like that around your neck. And of course, you can move these. So if you want them back a little bit more or forward, they move very easily. So you can have this hang just wherever you need it to feel comfortable around your neck. So just like that. And of course, you would do the other side here, and it would hang around your neck very comfortably. A great alternative to something not as beautiful, and also a great alternative to a necklace if you need your glasses sometimes, but not all the time. And so here you can see, here's my pattern here. It's very random. I didn't actually do a pattern. I only started a pattern when I first picked up my tubelets, the first pass through my round duos. And then the second pass through, I kind of did something just random so that it, because I like that random kind of look. So there you have it, a beautiful finished eyeglass holder that is definitely not something that you can buy anywhere else. If you enjoyed this video, please comment below and let us know your thoughts. You can also subscribe to our channel to be notified as soon as we have more beading tutorials out that you will enjoy probably just as much as you enjoyed this one.